Alright, I took some of the gnarliest boards that I could on the very top of my stack. These are generally the colds or the bad pieces or the pieces that I just, they're not a full 3/4 or whatever. There's a bunch of knots or something in it. And so they're generally the remnants. Anyway, I took those that were on top of my stack of walnut, pulled them out. Some of them were, 1.25 thick. Some of them were 5/8 thick. Some of them were, tapered. They had splits in them and different kinds of stuff. So this is what I got done, and I resawed each one of these boards down. So I doubled the board capacity. I did cut off a couple of little junk things. But anyway, I'm going to cut some 7-inch blanks out of this. And first thing I'm going to do is rip them down to 7 inches wide. Alright, I'm going to make the front hasp. They're going to look very similar to this, except they're going to be made out of walnut. So that's going to go to the front of the box. Of course, I have the reveal 1/4 inch on it. I haven't put the insides in it yet. Not sanded yet. Anyway, so I've got enough for 6 sets of hinges. So I'm going to get busy. I'm going to run them through this little guy right here. And I've got some glue joints that are on here. So that'll clean those up. We'll get it down to 3/8 of an inch thickness for what they want. Okay, let's get to it. Alright, I sanded all these pieces, the edges, so whichever way you put them in there. And then I glued them down with a 3/8 inch big board. Of course, I only had to do that on a couple. I use that as a spacer as well. And you can see that the corners are butted up against the bend. They're not perfectly tight. I just cut them up, just don't like them tight. You can breathe a little bit if it's a wood box. So anyway, so there that is there. And the hinges are coming out good. They take about 4 minutes and 20 seconds per round. And I started cutting the crisscross grain out of these on this one. Posted myself a note, pin it down, and I had to do that because I kept forgetting. I go, oh, I forgot to do that. So anyway, now I know. There you go. All right, number 2's in there. That's slid in, and of course that's how the hinges look, and that's good. So that's ready to roll. I'm gonna sand this a little bit on the inside so that these parts will go in there. So let me get that done. All ready for clear coat. So they're good. I put a latch in here with a square, and that's all brand new and stiff. So you can put a little wax on it or whatever we're gonna do. I'm not sure if I'll put a clear coat on them or what I'm gonna do, but they came out really nice. Sanded up nice, and they're hardy box. Pick them and carry them up by right here. It's kind of a built-in handle hinge, and there we go. All right, I'm kind of debating whether I want to put a clear coat on these. Probably put some sanding sealer and a clear coat of lacquer on it. Got some that I can put on it. I thought about putting some Varathane on it as well. And anyway, those came out really nice. The box, basically. Go here where you can see it. The box basically will open by pulling this pin out. And there's your wooden hinge with the box open. I didn't sand anything on the inside. But anyway, I did put a little deal here to keep the reveal the same. And of course you can see my glue marks in there, but I figure this is going to be, it's a Frontiersman group, basically designed for, basically, rough Frontiersman stuff. Anyway, you can take that thing right there, stick it in there, and slides it back and forth in that. Of course, it's all box jointed, and this is some wood that came from one of the local flooring companies, and they make tongue and groove flooring. One of our leaders had went out and picked it up, and piece by piece, and he glued up about 20 boxes worth. And the boxes that he had were smaller than these, and so I refined the cut down, because his boxes were about an inch bigger all the way around than these, and so then I of course run it through the box joint because I'm the box joint guy. And then in the process I also designed these hinges, and anyway, it came out really good. I could have trimmed these down toward, or one edge or both edges, trim that down so this is kind of an oval thing, keeping your thickness where your pieces are. But anyway, came out good. These are just thank you gifts because they spent a lot of time working on it. This gentleman here, he's our FCF VP, and he's been leading our division in our FCF, doing a real good job, and just want to reward him. He also brought a bunch of tables, and he also helped with these and the boxes and different things. So anyway, these are some nice presentation gifts for them, and I hope they enjoy it. Put some of their FCF stuff in. Of course, we always need one more box in the FCF, but I do like how the walnut overlaid on the oak in this, with the laser burning of the totem on the top, and then this is the maple, what the maple looks like, and with the contrast in there. So yeah, so I'm real pleased with these, how they came out, and so there we go. All ready for clear coat. So they're good. I put a latch in here with a square, and that's all brand new and stiff. So you can put a little wax on it or whatever we're gonna do. I'm not sure if I'll put a clear coat on them or what I'm gonna do, but they came out really nice. Sanded up nice, and they're hardy box. Pick them and carry them up by right here. It's kind of a built-in handle hinge. And there we go. Alright, I bought this finished 25 years ago, and I really never opened it for like 20 years. Anyway, I opened it about a month ago. Found it to be good, stirred it up good, and kind of be good. Sprays about thinning, and in my gun. Anyway, so these are the things that I use for spraying. This is a Harbor Freight touch-up gun. It only uses like 3.4 cubic feet per minute, so it doesn't use much air. You got to get your nozzle pretty close to it, but it works good. Did buy a little bit bigger compressor. That's a Harbor Freight 6-gallon Quat Tech, and it's pretty nice. So anyway, what I do is I just fill it in with this little guy here. You can get these at Menards. It's just a paint mixer, and I draw it out of this, and then I'll squirt it into that. And of course, if I'm mixing it, I'll mix it and do that. And then this is my dirty cleanup thing. So, and I need to keep a little acetone around and clean it up. Anyway, this is where we're at with these. This has got a few coats on it, and just outside the garage here, the sun's not on me, and I put about probably 3 coats on top of that board, maybe 3 or 4 coats on top of these. I'm going to put another couple more coats on it, and then of course I did all of the undersides and got those done first. So there we go. Coming along just nice, and the walnut and stuff, whenever you put a clear coat on there, or lacquer or whatever you're putting on it, comes out good. And of course this guy here, I've got to put some colors in the marble holes, and I'll do that with acrylic paints and Q-tips. So got to get a good coat on that thing over there though, so they don't leach into the wood. Anyway, there's my spray outfit, and going to go there. And while I'm doing that, we're building pilot derby cars. There's my derby car. Got a couple little coats of white paint on it. I'll probably put another one on there and get her ready for the race in about a week.